Hello and welcome to Dead Cells. I am still here with Rock Girl 5000. How you doing tonight?
Still doing okay.
Good to hear. All right, so I'm going to show you the original outfit of our dude. This is what you're supposed to look like normally.
Okay. Looks like the cover art.
And we're kind of a mute because we're just we're a glob of goo. We're basically this thing that rolls around, right? But we're in the corpse of a zombie, basically.
So, like the living armor?
Kind of. Because we are immortal.
Except for you're not. Well, but like, I'm thinking dungeon meshy living armor.
Oh, it took me a second. Yes, kind of. Except
not because you're not a you're not a mollusk.
Yeah. That was such an interesting way to do it as well. Just be like, yo, this thing they're just mollusks. They're basically I don't want to say.
Anybody want a seafood boil? When's the second season if that's supposed to come out?
I don't know. I haven't had Netflix in so long.
I haven't either. Season 2 announced 4 months ago. Let's see.
Did you ever finish Dungeon Meshi?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we've talked about you finishing Dungeon Meshi because the last time that we talked about it was in our Tales of Vesperia LP. And that would have been like 3-4 sessions ago that we talked about Dungeon Meshi. So it's been a minute. How'd you like it?
It was good. There's certain aspects of it where it's just going to depend on how it goes in season 2. Or, I mean, I could read that. But, I'm not sure how I feel about dude who's basically leading the other party.
Oh, yeah, the guy that is such a fake person.
He's like, well, and like his inner monologues and stuff, it's like, dude, we're all past the 12-year-old edgelord on the internet and stuff.
And he gives off such the 12-year-old edgelord. He's like, I'm the best, and everyone else is, beneath me.
I'm actually fooling all these people, and I'm a psychopath. Yeah. No.
Pretty much.
Is the manga actually complete for it? Let's see. It finished in September of 2023.
How long was the manga?
It was serialized between February 2014 and September 2023.
Was it like...
It's been collected into 14 tankobon volumes, but looks like it has 24 episodes.
So 14
so I'm
volumes,
assuming...
though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a terrible length.
No, considering I still have a manga that has not finished, and it started in, I think, 2003.
How many volumes is that,
though? How many volumes do you mean in English, or what's been published in Japan so far?
I honestly wasn't expecting that to come out. I don't know why. I guess what's been published in Japan so far.
My mistake. It started in 2002, not 2003.
What have you been reading for the last 2 decades?
I mean, I didn't start it in 2002. I would have been way too young for this.
I mean, that hasn't stopped you before on a lot of stuff. That hasn't stopped me before on a lot of stuff. Unrestricted internet access.
Woo! But no, I didn't even know manga existed when I was, let's see, 2002? I would have been 6. So I was not reading manga then.
I think the only mangas that we would have been reading is whatever the fuck we were grabbing from the library.
Well, that, and I didn't understand that, like, scanimation or scans, whatever. I didn't actually know that that was, like, not exactly kosher. So, yeah. I've read a lot of scanned-in stuff, including this one. Looks like they're currently on 50 volumes. And going, I'm pretty sure, because I doubt this article is going to say anything about it finishing. No, it's still original run, now through to present. How old is this mangaka?
They're on their deathbed.
Well,
they're deathly ill.
Not young, but not old. She's 55. So.
Okay. So we're completely off of Dungeon Meshi. What kind of manga is this one that's been going on for the last 22, 23 years?
Get beat.
Oh. Okay.
You say this like you actually know what Skip Beat is.
I kind of know what Skip Beat is. I don't really. I don't.
Do
know.
you?
I haven't read it, but I.
Tell me, Snarf. What is Skip Beat? What's the premise?
It's a light novel.
Well. No.
It's a romance novel. I'll be honest. The only thing that that's coming to my head, I know is not what Skip Beat is, because the only thing coming to my head is Fruits Basket.
No, it's not Fruits Basket. For one, Fruits Basket is complete.
Fruits Basket gave you closure. Maybe not the greatest closure, but it gave you closure.
I never did actually read Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
So I don't know the full story. I think I did watch the anime, but like not the new release of it.
Wait, there's a new release?
I want to say I finished the anime. And the whole premise of Fruits Basket is just kind of funny when you realize that, like, the whole thing of, like, the cat not being part of the Zodiac, so then, like, what's his name is cursed basically because of that. Did you know that...
I didn't even know that, but okay.
Yeah, but did you know that the cat is in the Zodiac if you're in Vietnam?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's one of the animals in the Zodiac.
Maybe the real crime is, like, no, that
he's actually Vietnamese, not Japanese.
He's a secret Vietnamese.
Yeah, I don't think that would work for a plotline.
Okay, so, you'd be surprised. It sounds like a Yakuza plotline.
Yakuza, yes. For a shoujo, though, no.
I don't know. I mean, it could still be funny. So, do you know the meme behind the Yakuza thing that I'm kind of referencing? Or I guess the somewhat cultural relevance that is actually in Japan about what I'm referencing with Yakuza? Any idea?
I'll be honest, there's so much that could be tied into Yakuza. I don't know what specifically you're talking about.
Have you ever heard the term secret Korean?
Oh, yes. Yeah. No, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking about what a typical Vietnamese person looks like versus what a typical Japanese person looks like. And I feel like it would...
Typical Japanese person and typical Korean person look very different.
Which, I mean, to be fair, there's going to be some similarities just because, you know, Japanese DNA is forcefully in a lot of countries.
Yes, forcefully.
That is the most PG way I can phrase that for
there is
internet.
There is a clip that has gone around. I'm going to the promenade again. You know what? Fuck the promenade. We're not going to go to the promenade.
Promenade!
We're not going to the promenade.
You don't want to promenade?
No. We're going to go to the sewers.
to be fair, I don't think in this game you would actually be promenading on the promenade, so yeah.
I did not even know that was a verb.
Because a promenade is just a walkway, so to promenade is to basically go on a leisurely walk.
Got
and
it.
Typically it was something that like the upper class would do, and then they would like see each other and like network.
How you know you're really in the presence of a high class area? Oh, I like long promenades on the beach.
No, and it literally was usually around like the ocean or water. Because like in a lot of tropes around like historical romance where they have like the season and stuff and they're promenading, it's usually around Hyde Park. Is it Hyde Park that has the lake in it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let's
say
see.
yes.
Does Hyde Park have a lake? But yeah, it's a scenic walk usually by water.
So
And
you're promenading
it's paid.
in the Hamptons. You promenade in the Hamptons during your season.
I honestly know if there was an equivalent like area, because high society would not have been necessarily in the Hamptons. You would have summered in the Hamptons for American high society. Or really, actually, maybe not. I don't know when the Hamptons became like a big vacation spot for the upper classes. Because that...
Oh, I guess, yeah, I guess the upper
there's
class...
a reason why there's a lot of houses around like Rhode Island and Maine and places like that.
I guess you never hear people saying like, oh, I live in the Hamptons. It's always, I summer in the Hamptons.
Yeah. There are people that live there, obviously.
Obviously, but
yeah,
like,
it's your summer home is in the Hamptons. You summer there. You don't live there. What are you? Someone with only one house?
what are you? You only have one house? Where's your summer house? Where's your winter house? How can you live with only one house?
You don't ski?
How do you even put up with yourself?
But yeah, I don't know. In theory, though, you could have a promenade around some area of the Hamptons, though, because, you know, big water area. And also, on the subject of promenades, even though you're in the sewer currently, but, you know,
Yes.
gotta think happy thoughts that are not stench-filled. When you're on, like, a cruise ship, there's usually a promenade deck where you can go around the entire circumference of the ship walking outside. And obviously that counts as a promenade because it's a paved walkway that is literally as pretty much as close to the water as you probably want to be when you're
Basically,
out at the,
if you're on this walkway and you're not close to the water, something's gone wrong.
Yeah. You might be in the process of building the ship.
You hope that's the circumstance.
I don't know how else you would get a cruise ship, or yeah, a cruise ship, because I don't think yachts have promenade decks on them. I don't think they're quite big enough.
I don't know. Depends on the size of the
And
yacht,
also,
I guess.
true, but I also don't know that that's something that you would build into a yacht, because a yacht is typically like,
Again, I think
at most maybe a couple families on there, but usually it's like a private vessel.
I think it depends on the size of the yacht, because there are some big fucking yachts.
You know, there are.
Have you seen Have you seen the memes of? We'll get back to you because the thing I want to get back to. But have you seen the memes of where it's like yes, you have the millionaire meeting the billionaire for the first time, and people
those are so stupid.
It's like no. It's like I saw someone where it was like no. You guys forget what you think is the millionaire's yacht. That's just the tugboat for the billionaire.
Yeah. So Hyde Park does in fact have a lake. It's the Serpentine Lake, which I feel like I did know its name, but I don't know, man. You can also swim at the Serpentine Lido from June to September.
Okay.
which has a swimming area and paddling pool. The Serpentine was created in 1730 at the request of Queen Caroline. Sounds like some rich people shit.
I mean, she was a queen. So, back to the Yakuza thing I wanted to say. The
Secret Korean.
Yeah, the secret Koreans. In one of the games, oh wait, there was a funny aside thing. There's an internet kind of, you've probably seen them. It's the fat Asian guy and the redheaded comedian guy, and they have a podcast. They may come up in your in
them.
Your feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just assholes to each other, right? Like they are just
it's probably safe to say that they're just in general probably assholes.
Yeah, but they're just being.
Most comedians are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, both of them are usually saying something that is hard to not be like, what?
So, the Asian guy, I don't know his name. I wish I knew his name for this.
I know his name. What is his name?
He was going about and saying, like, no, man, Koreans are, like, super peaceful. We've never had slavery.
Oh, yes, I've seen that.
The guy looks up and it's like
longest stretch.
Longest consecutive stretch of slavery in history across the planet. It's like 1,400 years of continuous slavery. It's like, oh my god.
It's Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino. Yeah.
That was just the funniest thing. Where Bobby's just like, it's like, oh, Korean. What are you talking about? Koreans
are so peaceful.
We're so peaceful.
Yeah,
we've never partaken in slavery. Koreans, longest stretch of unbroken slavery ever in history.
Yeah. Awkward.
Anyway, so in one of the Yakuza games, I don't know which game it is, but in one of the Yakuza games, you are the main big thing in it is secret Koreans, and it's coming to terms of, and this is such a Japanese thing. It's coming to terms that, you know, other people from other races, other countries, maybe they're not so bad. Maybe they're people too.
It was Yakuza 2.
Was it Yakuza 2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
And that game came out in 2006.
Oh my god. Okay. I really...
Man, that was out on PlayStation 2? And 3 and Wii U? There was Yakuza on Wii U?
That's where Yakuza started.
Oh, okay. I mean, it makes more sense for it to have started on PlayStation 2 as opposed to PlayStation 1. But, it was... Wait. Yakuza was released onto Wii U?
They announced that Yakuza Kiwami or Zero, I think it's Kiwami, is being released onto the Switch.
I feel like I did see that. I already own all the games on PC. Have I played them? No. Well, the mainline series, and then I have Yakuza Like a Dragon on PS5. But, I don't think the Switch would be a good system for that. Like, I could see the portability factor, but I think you'd have a better experience getting a Steam Deck. Or one of the other systems that you can basically do PC games on.
We're talking...
Like Logitech Cloud or something?
An Asus ROG Ally.
Yeah. That type of thing. I think you'd have a better experience.
Of course you'd have a better experience, but it's still kind of fantastic that they're able to get a game like that onto the Switch. And also it's not that big of a game. It's like a pretty old game.
True.
So it's
true. And it doesn't have to be super high fidelity.
It doesn't have to be super high fidelity. They're probably still going to kill the fidelity on it as much as they can. And I think it's kind of shitty to compare the Switch to something like the Steam Deck, because the Steam Deck is now, what, a year old, 2 years old? And the Switch is...
Right, and the Switch has been out.
Fucking old. The Switch is, like, coming up on, like, 8 years. When did it come out? Like, 2016?
I want to say it was 2016. Let me see.
Because it was the last of the consoles in the Xbox One, PS4 era to come out.
11 months ago, someone apparently posted, isn't it kind of stupid that the Yakuza games aren't on Switch? Well, buddy, fast forward. You got your wish. Let's see. 2017. March of 2017.
Oh, wow. They took that long to come to market with the Switch?
That's what Google says.
That's crazy to me.
I mean, 5 years after the Wii U.
I guess, but I don't know. I thought it was like 2016.
No. 2017.
Oh.
But
Crazy.
remember, the 3DS was also like it had a lot of longevity.
I mean,
and was
that's true,
very
but, I mean,
popular.
the 3DS isn't, like, you can't, I don't like to use the 3DS and as the thing that the Switch was replacing. The Switch was honestly replacing the Wii U.
Oh no, I definitely do get that.
Now,
I'm
the
just saying
Switch
that, like,
did inadvertently replace also the 3DS, and I would honestly be surprised if Nintendo brings out a Game Boy again.
Oh, I don't think anyone is going to be going back to the handheld game unless it's a console that can also be handheld like the Switch.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going back to having two different product lines. It could happen. I just don't see it happening with any of the big three.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, and even then, like, even if a third party came in and tried to make it a thing, I don't think you would be able to get enough people interested in that because of things like the Stream Deck and the Asus Alloy and everything.
Yeah.
Like, there are those, if anything, have replaced your handhelds.
Biggest thing that's replaced a handheld is smartphones.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
It didn't happen as quickly as they were thinking it would.
Oh, no.
But
Smartphones, mobile games didn't, kill real, quote unquote, real video games.
no,
but
it's just that the video game console manufacturers moved away from dedicated handhelds.
yeah.
Did you know that Nintendo has a release schedule on their website of like all the newish stuff they're bringing out? Apparently they just released a Joy-Con charging stand two-way. Okay.
They just released that?
Says October 2024, the 17th. That and Super Mario Party Jamboree came out.
How was that not something that was, like, released within the first year?
No, man. I don't know what to tell you on that.
What kind of development?
Yeah.
What kind of engineers does Nintendo have that they take 8 years to bring?
Honestly, I think it was just not really a big concern for most people, because if you think about it, like,
oh yeah,
unless you're someone with a bunch of hairs, it's charging it already. As long as you like dock your Switch with them connected,
yeah,
they're gonna charge. And I'm sure there were other companies bringing out stuff.
All right, but we both know someone that has a ton of
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons. So it's like, for them, I guess third party stepped in.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of third party. So let's see. Minecraft is apparently releasing on the 30th. What?
No. That's gonna be.
There's gotta be like some sort of specific update or something that they're talking
Yeah, that's
about.
gotta be a specific update, because I know Minecraft has been on the Switch.
Mario and Luigi Brothership is coming out on the 7th. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, January. And then 2025, TBD on the actual date, Metroid Prime 4. And Pokemon Legends Z. Is that Z through A or ZA? No. Honestly, did not know a new Pokemon game had been announced, even.
Okay, I'm completely lost, and I will not go back to the Yakuza stuff because that's now gone and dead. Have you seen? How much did you see about the Pokemon League?
Pokemon League?
Hackers stole over a terabyte of data, and some real awful things happened. Like, people lost personal information. Like, their information is now out on the wind. Like,
yeah.
Terrible things. But they people have combed through the stuff and found quite a bit of lore and other things from the Pokemon games, from the developers that were never meant to see the light of day for good reason.
Should I be concerned?
You didn't hear about any of this.
It's possible I did, but I just didn't care.
If I say the Pokemon name Typhlosian, does that strike anything to you?
Weird name.
Okay, you did
it's
not
possible
hear about
I heard
this thing.
something, but I just in one ear out the other. Do I need to Google Typhlosion?
I mean, you're gonna see a whole bunch more fan art about Typhlosion now.
I have research on. I don't mess with that. More details emerge regarding the great creepy Typhlosion debacle 2 days ago. Is Pokemon ruined forever? 11 hours ago.
Read through that out loud and let me know what you think about the Typhlosion thing.
Why do I feel like I did hear something, and I just didn't care?
Typhlosion is catching a case, is what I'm getting around to.
I feel like I vaguely did. Oh, right, because they have a kid with a half human, half Pokemon. I did hear that.
They stole a child and had a kid.
I honestly didn't fully register that was actually canon when I heard that.
It's canon, and people are very quickly convinced. Like, these are just creatives, and they're, this is what happens when you have creatives and you give them carte blanche. Like, hey, just make stuff, and like this is in line with like Japanese folklore and everything. And it's just like, I get that, but you still have people. It doesn't make it any less creepy of what this Typhlosion did to this human child, and they made a human Pokemon hybrid, apparently.
Also, what are the implications, genetics-wise, of the fact that there can be a half-human, half-Pokemon being?
There's already a Pokemon god that literally created everything. That's Arceus.
That aside, like, that's just basically, deity, whatever. The implications that there can be a half Pokemon, half human hybrid, genetic wise, is concerning.
Look,
because does that mean like what Pokemon does that actually work with? And if that's the case with any of them, does that mean that we're just using
Rock Girl,
a subhuman
look up what a Typhlosion looks like.
Race? Yes, I saw what it looked like. Does that mean that to some extent we are
fire?
Yeah. But does that mean that when you're talking Pokemon battles, a subhuman type of species is being used in dogfighting?
Yes, it is slavery. It is literally cage match your slaves.
Right. But beyond
it always
that,
has been.
Right, I get that, but beyond that, if there is able to be a human Pokemon hybrid, that means that we're basically like it'd be like doing dog fights with
It's basically the 1700s of the US.
Astropithecus or something. Is that what it's called? Is that one of the links?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of the developments of apes. Australopithecus. Because it was a genus of early hominins that existed in Africa during the Pliocene and early Pleistocene. The genera Homo, which includes modern humans, and then there's more details. I don't feel like reading all this. But yeah, so it'd be like taking that type of an entity, say that modern humans have already evolved, and then using them, saying that they still exist somehow, using them for fighting and putting them in these tiny balls when we don't want them to do anything. The implications are far worse than just the nature of how that hybrid came about.
At the end of the day,
And which Pokemon is that possible with? Because in theory,
look, Mr. Mime.
like there's such a range. There's such a range of Pokemon species.
Ditto gets around. You think Ditto isn't used for weird sex shit in the Pokemon universe? Like, really?
I would rather not think about it.
A Gardevoir isn't what is there. But
yeah, well, bestiality is also a thing. So, you know.
The jokes are just basically like, it's like, yo, there's a reason this company is called Game Freak.
Audio, is anybody gonna match my freak? Just popped into my head when you said that. Their new theme song.
But yeah, that's Pokemon right now. What were we talking about before? There was something I wanted to try and get to, and like have
you
the
said
conversation.
You were gonna go back to the Yakuza secret Korean thing.
All right, fuck, I'm going back to the Yakuza secret Korean thing.
Okay.
You know how in the so in one of the Yakuza games, you have characters that have allegedly known themselves. I didn't know it was in number 2. I thought it was like in number 3 or 4 that the secret Koreans plot came about.
Google says 2.
There is a line that apparently gets said. I need to go play through Yakuza 2, but there's a line that says that it's like anyone could be a secret Korean. Secret Koreans could be anywhere on the street, and we wouldn't know about it. In fact, one of us could be a secret Korean, and we don't know about it. And they all look at each other. And these are all Yakuza members who have known each other for like their entire lives.
So, you want to know something even weirder about that even being a storyline?
What?
Found something online. That's today I learned many members of the Yakuza are actually Korean. Which makes sense, because if you think about the fact that a bunch of Koreans who either came to Japan by choice, probably a very small group, or by force because they were probably slaves, would have been a mistreated class of citizens, well, probably not even considered citizens, but like a mistreated ethnic group that is having horrible stuff happen to them. Boy, is that a recipe for organized crime to pop up. Because if society as a whole is not going to support them, then they have to create their own way of supporting each other.
They make their own society.
Yep.
Kevin has been going absolutely batshit crazy with one of her balls while I've been doing this entire thing, like throwing it around, and I swear to God, she is going to smack the controller out of my hands. She's being so rowdy.
It's like she's bored.
Yes. She doesn't like it when I play games. Which, if people don't know already, I have a dog named Kevin, and she's a girl, but she's named Kevin. So that I just realized how weird that sounds out of context if you don't know that I have a dog named Kevin.
You mean you don't just have a roommate named Kevin that's just going crazy
Who's
playing
just
with
going
a ball?
crazy playing with a ball in front of me? Who also happens to be a girl?
That's gonna smack a controller out of your hands. Definitely a weird sentence if you don't know.
Okay, so apparently there is a way that I can get to another area here. I think this is how I do it. I was apparently supposed to have... Can I climb up here? No. Alright, I think someone lied to me in the comments. Or I already did the thing that they're talking about.
The world may never know.
Or they're going to tell me in the comments, like, you were so close, you just didn't do the last step, which could also be a very, very clear thing.
And they could also say that, and it could be a very elaborate lie.
We're gonna.
Whoever commented that, I don't mean to besmirch your name. I honestly have no clue what Snarf is even referencing for what you commented.
Wow, someone doesn't read my comments.
I'll be honest, I have not seen any of your Dead Cells series.
You mean you're not support? I figured.
I watched some of the stuff.
You don't watch the Crow Country stuff? No one watches the Crow Country stuff. I really like the Crow Country stuff, but no one watches it. It's
My
so
dude,
sad.
I have not had time to go back and watch Crow Country.
Fair. I also just realized, oh my god, my stream has had this mic muted the entire time. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Now people on the stream can hear me.
What is the entire time were they just able to hear me?
They were only able to hear you, and then me very faintly when I got loud because the other mic by my desk was still on.
I don't know if anyone was tuned into the stream, but if so, then
not.
man.
I usually stream to and like maybe Citric or Monopoly if she's not studying.
That would have been really, really confusing watching like you on Facecam talking does not match up at all, and you just hear my voice. Some random sick woman.
It's just like the not the worst mic quality, but it's just like not the best mic quality. And I like to take pride on the amount of quality that I produce into these things. Now when they break,
you never know. Maybe someone would think it's just a weak. Yeah. Maybe it's just some weird new method of doing.
It's
what
negative
is it
ASMR.
called?
It's negative ASMR.
No, not what I was thinking of. What are they called? The people who don't actually show their face. It's just like a animated
VTuber.
Yeah. It's the new method of doing VTuber. You just have some random person on screen while you're talking. None of it matches up.
You're a VTuber, but you have a flesh tuber sitting in for you.
Oh, I hate that term.
They're literally
Never
called
say that
flesh
again.
tubers. They're literally called
That is
flesh
horrifying.
tubers.
No one ever used that term. That is horrifying. Oh my gosh.
No, Paul Brakunis is a VTuber that I watch sometimes. He was in my streams a bit. He's a better streamer than me. But when we were playing the Dead Space 2 stuff, like 2 years ago. He and I tried and did Dead Space 3. We didn't do much of Dead Space 3. He bowed out after like the first session, after like 2 hours, which was a shame because I was having a decent time with it. He was like, "Oh, Snarf, you're not a VTuber, you're a flesh tuber." I was like, "Well, excuse me? What?"
I really hope that was just a him thing, because that is not.
It's not. I've heard it used by other VTubers around.
That is not a great way to say that.
Oh man. I thought I would just, but now that I think about it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm not an IRL tuber.
No, because that's more like you're streaming while you vlog type of thing.
Yeah, you're casting out from your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hate that.
Which, if you're an idiot, you cast out while you're on the Autobahn in a Lamborghini and get into a wreck. Did you hear about that? There is a streamer who got banned for endangering himself and others around him because he was streaming live and reading chat while driving. It was either a Ferrari or a Lamborghini on the Autobahn.
And this is why you don't drive distracted?
Kid was like also like under 20, so he was young. But, you know, one of those, like, insanely rich streamers that was like, oh, look at me buy this car.
Well, clearly, I mean, that's only if he owns the car, but that's confirmation that he has money.
And I might be getting that story completely mixed up and wrong, but I know that he wrecked a car and got banned for it. Because, guess what? You shouldn't stream and read chat while driving by yourself. Mizkif is a big streamer, and he does driving streams, of course. But he has other people in the car with him, and they're the ones that read the chat, and they talk to him, and he, quote-unquote, focuses on driving.
I mean, no less focused than actually having someone in your car and holding a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Because in theory, he's not like
much better than
doing specific things with interaction with chat. Yeah. Yeah, no, it just sounds like a stupid thing. Very much was done. Especially when you consider that the Autobahn, I'm assuming he was probably on a portion of the Autobahn where it doesn't have a speed limit.
It was unrestricted speed, probably. Yeah. I am surprised that he walked out of it alive.
Maybe he wasn't actually going all that fast, and maybe the other car wasn't as well. But like, yeah.
No, he went into the sidewall. But he was banned because you're driving by yourself. It doesn't matter if you hit someone else or not. You were endangering people.
Yep. I'm gonna get another cough drop.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm gonna take off my headset and cough really quick.
Okay. Oh, I was so close to death there.
Okay, I'm back. My throat's just getting a bit too dry.
You're good. Okay, so the Vorpan does less damage overall, so no thank you. I'm now going to face the boss with a curse, so that means if the boss touches me, I'm dead.
That seems like a recipe for death.
Seems like this episode is going to end real soon.
Which, have you really been paying that close attention? As I'm sure
I've been
anyone
playing
can...
the game.
Yeah.
And I got to the clock tower.
Seems like this episode is going to be longer than the last one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably
Most
because you
likely.
didn't go to the promenade.
I went to the sewers.
Keep Dude, it's chill. We have watches now.
Fuck. I got killed during a cutscene because of the curse.
That just seems like a cheap shot.
It does. I was trying to spam my way out of it too. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Kevin, go lay down. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.